Welcome back, everybody, to Ku5ogrande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. We are currently in Losers Bracket Round 3. Lend me your ears. This round is focusing specifically on games that are infamous, whether at individual points or throughout a game as a whole, for bad audio. We've had Tag and Dragon, we had a Spider-Man game for the Genesis yesterday. Today, we've had Tasmania. What could be next? Well, we'll go ahead and find out, because our GM for today is... Oh, I know this guy. He was just with us. Mike. Hello there.
Hey, I'm back.
Whoa. Whoa, you're like a dinosaur story.
do you really want that?
Oh my gosh, I kind of want to make other people suffer through that. But if so, I want to start them on the circus level, because it took... Oh my gosh. Mike. A single level, I got to the point where I literally couldn't die, and it still took me like 40 or 50 minutes to beat, because it was precision platforming in a game where your sprite basically fills up the whole screen. I hate it. Oh yeah, and 2 hours in, the game decided to crash on me. Never mind, maybe it's not a good idea to give that out. Oh, so I know you're not giving We're Back, Mike. I know, thank goodness. What are you giving?
I'm giving a game. So a lot of you probably know Macaw, and you know that he loves to play obscurities. And he thinks most of the games that he plays are awesome, no matter how Kuso they are. For example, he calls Ku5ogrande good so games grande. He said that Red Zone, one of the games they gave out earlier in the tournament, the only legitimate, criticism you could have of it is that it's very difficult, and he thought the game was totally awesome. And to be fair, as like
I see value
good
in
music.
Red Zone.
There's some value in Red Zone, but not the value that Macaw described to it. Well, Macaw played this game like 2 or 3 years ago, and the best way I can describe it is that he called it Tuso House. So if Macaw thinks a game is bad, it has to be pretty bad. And that's why we are getting the Japanese only game, Appleseed Prometheus no Shintaku.
Yeah, look at that. I kind of like the mech, or whatever it is. What's the thing behind the lady? I don't know. Kind of got ears. That's cool.
The thing behind the lady, that's just the mech. There's like 2 main characters in Appleseed. I'm not super familiar with the manga. It's by the guy named who goes by the pen name Masamune Shiro. He's actually best known for writing the Ghost in the Shell series.
Oh, I need to watch the anime for Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah. But Appleseed was this guy's first big work. And I remember I showed this game to you like a while ago, like maybe, around the same time, like 2 or 3 years ago, and you said, and you explained to me, I hate it. It sounds like a Super Nintendo trying to emulate a Genesis.
Oh, yeah. This round is focusing on bad audio, so I can't recall what the audio sounds like. I do know that we had this during a gauntlet once, and pretty sure nobody beat the state that was given.
That is correct, because here's the thing: you will probably see that boss again, because these are good players, and I think they'll be able to make up to the boss. Whether they actually defeat the boss is entirely another matter, because someone actually did individual level speedruns, and that boss still took them nearly 5 minutes to kill.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's something special. Well, good to know. Good to know. How far into the game is that boss? It's like
that's the second boss.
What?
Yes.
Well, okay.
I did tell them a couple things. I did tell them the controls, and I did tell them that the jump button acts as like an activate object or like action button in like a modern game, because what is incredibly unintuitive about this game is that in order to collect key cards and the like, you have to jump. I don't know why. And like that is something that can legitimately stump them in the first stage for like 5-10 plus minutes, and I don't think that'd be fun to watch, and it could make a real big disparity in the match. So I just, gave them the hint that, the jump card, the jump button acts like a trigger button, and if they can't figure it out from there, then that's their problem.
Yeah, it's just their problem.
Also, there is the main characters have very, very interesting names. These are the names from the game. So if people think this is an incorrect translation, then blame it on the game. You will see it in the character select screen. They are Brioreos Hecatomcales and Duna Nut.
I don't know what you just said, but those are beautiful. I'm doing the countdown, everybody. Pull out all of your anime emotes, and what else?
Guns, apples. Explosions.
Yeah, guns, explosions, apples, anime. Not Bubsy, he's none of those. I don't know.
They're always going to play Bubsies, Rosencha, especially if you tell them not to play Bubsies.
Okay, so right now I have done the countdown. I'm just waiting for the players to get rolling, and it looks like Alpha 5 is
Alpha
in
5
there.
is rolling.
Very nice. Sprint God is getting a little bit of a later start here. That's okay.
That's fine.
Duna Nut. Who would you rather play as?
So the I can't even pronounce his name. It's too long. I would say the mech guy is probably better. I think Dunan has an easier time hitting enemies, but her big problem is that she can't take as many hits, which becomes a problem in later stages.
Oh yeah, I think that would be a problem for bosses too.
However,
oh my gosh,
Briorelos has to crouch or use angled shots to hit enemies.
Yeah.
The game actually has no heads up display, and the only way you can tell you're getting hurt too much is if you start to become red or pink.
If you start flushing.
And so you probably missed this, Prosencha, but Alpha 5 already collected the first key card by jumping while he was over it. And I'm not even sure he recognized what he was doing. He was probably just trying to jump on a platform.
Yeah, I didn't notice that. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. We've got a full hour of this game. The music isn't as bad as I described it, I think. Let me crank it up a little bit. Okay, it definitely sounds like a Genesis, though.
It's not good. And it's definitely... So here's the thing. Stage 1 is not going to take the players too long, in my opinion. It's a pretty easy stage. It'll take them maybe somewhere around 5 to 10 minutes, if even that long. Alpha 5 jumped to trigger those computers, and it worked because he has the key card. What's really going to take them a long time is stage 2. What they're going to realize is that this game is just full of mazes and tons of you have to activate this switch so you can get this key card, or you have to click this switch so you can shoot this object, which will open up this next part of the stage. And stage 2 is has 20 of those triggers, and it's so obnoxious.
Okay. By the way, I'm looking at the company that made this. Honestly, they didn't make very many games, and the publisher as well didn't publish very many, but they did publish a game called Punky Skunk, a platformer, a 2D platformer on the PlayStation where you play as a skunk, I guess. I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Kapow, this is the game with the elevator maze. It's pretty unlikely either player will make it to the elevator maze because of stage 2 and stage 3. If both of them made it to the elevator maze, it would actually become pretty difficult to track the scene.
Oh, other people like the game apparently. Okay. I just can't say the name Punky Skunk too much, because eventually it's not gonna work. I'm not gonna say it right, and then everybody will yell at me.
So Alpha 5 beat the first boss, and unfortunately, Sprint God missed the key card, so he might get really confused as to what to do with the computers.
Okay, Alpha 5, on to the next area here. I hate it that some of the backgrounds, I can't tell if they're backgrounds or walls. That's annoying.
Yeah, so they're, and it's really not terribly distinctive until you just have played the game enough. There's no real easy way to tell aside from playing the game enough. Like, for example, that is something Alpha 5 can grenade. But there are girders that you can't grenade, and there are girders that just don't get in your way.
That's nice. There's one that you can't... Oh, no, the grenade worked. Okay,
And
good job.
yeah, there's a lot of parallax scrolling in this game, and it's very misleading.
Gosh. The walk cycle for Spring God is so good. Just like, gotta keep my legs together as much as possible, just shuffling along. Like, really having to go to the bathroom, but, you know, it's at the point where running is not gonna help.
Yeah.
Just gotta get there as carefully as possible. Oh. Okay, no, I'd say that the robot's walk cycle is fantastic. It's just that the main character here struggles a little bit.
Oh, now that I'm looking at the robot, it's just really weird how he kind of like moves his arm side to side and his other arm is completely still.
Oh, it's just pumping. He's pumping. Maybe he runs off of hydraulics and he's got to do that in order to get the liquid into his knees. I don't know. Making things up. I don't know how robots work. Never made a robot. I've never loved a robot. Just don't know. I've hated robots.
Sprint God is backtracking, which is a good thing. Hopefully he eventually figures out that orange object is something he can collect, and he can only collect by jumping. Not in this screen, and unfortunately Sprint God is being pretty close to dead.
By the way, just wait everybody, even if the music seems somewhat decent right now, just the boss music, I believe, was something. This is kind of a jam. It definitely, like, does not sound like the Super Nintendo at all.
I don't know. I do remember NPC hating it, so I just went with it, and I just wanted an excuse to inflict this game on people.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you can all blame NPC for this one. Don't blame Mike. Blame NPC.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I deserve the blame too.
Nah.
Also, what's really dumb about those little switches that Alpha 5 is shooting, and fortunately he caught that one, which is in between a bunch of detritus, so like it's hard to see. You have to shoot it with a pistol. I don't know why. You just do.
I mean, how else are you gonna, unlock doors? Gotta use your gun. Sprint God is still not able to figure out how to get through this door. Gotta get the key card. Yeah, the thing is, like, even though Sprint God is a little bit walled at this point, I don't think it's a huge setback. It will be good for him to figure it out ASAP, but he doesn't, he still has plenty of a chance to catch back up. This game is very difficult. Although, yeah, like right now, Alpha 5 has taken quite a few hits, but you can't really tell because there is no way to see how much health you have left. Sprint God, though, starting to glow. That's a warning sign. That's when you know you're gonna die. If your skin starts glowing, you're probably gonna die too. It's true, Mike. It's science.
I might get hit a bunch of them. I mean, glow with blood, sure, but that counts, I guess.
I think that if you're glowing, you probably have enough radiation in your body that you're not gonna make it very long.
Unfortunately, Sprint God just missed the key card again.
No!
He was right over it. He didn't jump in the right spot. You can't jump on it. You have to jump when you're overlapping it. I honestly think Alpha 5 got really lucky because he was just trying to jump on a platform and he collected it. I don't think he even realized that he collected it.
So, does this game have infinite continues?
Yes.
Okay, that's kind. Sprint God's still resetting. And
yeah, I think he wants to choose the robot instead.
That's because the robot's amazing.
Yeah.
So, for those who are wondering about this story, Appleseed for the game is based off of the manga Appleseed that came out over in Japan. It takes place in the 22nd century after the non-nuclear Third World War has led to the destruction of a majority of the Earth's people. While countries like Great Britain, USA, and China have difficulty maintaining order and power, international organizations like the Sacred Republic of Munma and Poseidon have been established in the aftermath. Main characters are Dune and Nut and Breeros Hecton. Yeah, these are real names. They're not real names. They're former SWAT members of the LAPD. Yeah, nobody for the LAPD is named either of those. They are found in the desolated city and invited to join the prestigious E-SWAT, which is extra special weapons and tactics. They got upgraded from SWAT to E-SWAT.
There's actually an arcade game called E-SWAT too. Maybe that's what stands for extra special.
Extra special weapons and tactics. Yeah, they joined the E-SWAT organization in the utopian city of Olympus, the new world's most powerful state. Roughly 1/2 of Olympus's population are bionically augmented. Okay.
I will say this, Alpha 5 is making very fast progress to this, so I think we will at least see the third stage.
I like that on Wikipedia, for the two main characters, there's only a Wikipedia page for the robot. They don't care about the human enough, I guess. But apparently there was is that live action? A live action movie for Appleseed? Oh no.
Yes, one does exist. Well, so Sprint God is trying what I tried when I first played this game, is just shooting that or grenading it. It doesn't work. You have to get the key card and jump while you're overlapping it. It's incredibly stupid.
Uh-huh.
And Alpha 5 is just slowly but surely working through all the 20 switches that there are in this game to trigger, the exact end sequence for this level.
So, yeah, he's named after the android dude, named after one of the Hecatoncheires. I think that's how you say it, but I'm not completely sure.
Well, it's apparently from Greek, so I think if you pronounce it the Japanese way, it wouldn't be quite 100% correct. So it's probably something like Hecatoncheires.
How about the Heck dudes? The Heck dudes, yeah.
Heck dudes.
The Heck dudes, basically they had 100 arms. A little scary. They were 3 monstrous giants of enormous size and strength, 50 heads and 100 arms. That's gross. They were apparently the offspring of Uranus and Gaia, who helped Zeus and the Olympians overthrow the Titans. I mean, that's really, I'm not sure if I'd want somebody with 50 heads helping me out. How are they going to decide how to help, or even if they should help? Who controls which arm? That's my concern right there, okay? Maybe all the brains can work in tandem? I mean, if you have 50 brains connected to each other, you could get a lot done. If future scientists watch this video, by the way, I don't want you to do experiments like that, because that would be bad. Okay, probably criminal, so don't tether 50 brains together. Just do it with robots, okay? So there we go. I think I just saved the future, Mike. Because this stream would have absolutely caused probably what we're seeing on the screen to happen, post-apocalyptic stuff. Okay, Sprint God trying to get through the wall, and my gosh, yeah, Sprint God still has not figured out how to pick up the key card.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm not even sure Alpha 5 figured it out. He just coincidentally got it.
I think you're probably right, yeah. Actually, if you could hook my brain up with a robot, I think I'd be fine with that. No, seriously, I would be if half of my body became machine, I would be completely down for being half machine, okay? Can't be any worse than, like, being, you know, having my body. Yeah, I've got knees that occasionally, like, if I crouch and try to stand up, they hurt some. Like, not a whole lot, but a little bit. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's better than having human knees.
Come on. Yeah, human knees are dumb. Get robot knees. Can you imagine how high I could jump? Yeah.
Could you? Okay, Sprint God collected it. He collected the key card. There we go. He did the thing.
He's probably not super happy about that. That's what I'd guess.
Nope. As behind as he is, and as much progress he has to make up, the second boss could be the Great Equalizer. I'm not even exaggerating.
Yeah. Have we even seen the first boss, though?
Yeah, Alpha 5 defeated the first boss. The first boss is not.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't even notice it. It was that, you know, that
And
difficult.
we're on the second boss.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Here's how the boss works. There are those 4 orbs. You have to disable them. Then you can finally damage the boss. The problem is, once you disable the 4 orbs, the orbs will lift up and then start to like strike at you. So you not only have to hit the orbs while they're about to attack you, you have to get some shots in too, as you can see in Alpha 5 screen. And Sprint God figured out stage 1, so he's gonna make it to the boss.
Nice.
Even if he has to continue, he'll do fine.
Yeah. Oh, this boss takes so long.
Yeah, so the boss takes around 40 hits. And later on in the boss's phases, instead of always just lifting up the orbs and them striking you, it will start to do strikes of lightning upon you, which are really fast, and you basically have to already be walking as you're to dodge them. So you just have to keep this up. And since Alpha 5 is not getting many shots in, it's going to take him over 5 minutes to kill this boss, if he even manages to do it the first time. Which is unlikely, because like he's still taking hits on occasion.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
he's getting the electric
boss
shocks.
is just way over the top. It's so long. It's so difficult. Like, just avoiding getting hit on any of the cycles, it's very hard. And simply put, you die, you go back to the beginning of the boss. It'll still take a while.
Yeah. Alpha 5 hasn't lost too much health, but at the same time, he hasn't made much progress on the boss. Okay. So he's figured out how to dodge the lightning, but he hasn't really figured out how to dodge those orbs. And the most consistent way that you do it is to go from right to left. So you're just slowly baiting the orbs out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because they do home in on you. That's a decent strategy.
Yeah.
Oh, Alpha 5.
He's kind of getting it. Okay.
Oh, it all dodged. That is good. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
Okay, so that means Alpha 5 is pretty low in health now. Not in danger, but if he takes, like 1 or 2 more hits now, he will be dead. And if you're like, he must be doing pretty well on the boss. Honestly, I don't even think he's halfway through the boss.
Yeah, I'd guess so. It's long. It's a very long boss.
That's why I said this boss might be the Great Equalizer. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention in the match, and I think I'll mention it once they both get there, but normally we just go by normal progress. If there's a boss that it's really hard to determine like who made more progress, we'll just have to go by who got there first. I don't think Alpha 5 will be stuck in this boss for an hour, but I do think he'll be stuck on it for at least a good 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, Sprint God definitely has a chance to catch up. Alpha 5's pretty good at learning how things work, though. So, like, Alpha 5 is still... If he can get through this on this attempt, I would be surprised, and honestly, you know, that would be enough to put a significant gap between him and Sprint God.
Yeah, the problem is he's only getting like one shot per round, and he's getting hit too, and that just does not work in your favor. Because I'm not exaggerating when I say this boss takes about 40 hits. Ironically, the pistol might be a better weapon to use here because you can just mash it a lot. Like that. It does less damage per hit, but because it has a much faster rate of fire,
do you think it's better?
I would argue that it is possibly the better weapon here.
Sprint God is making pretty good progress through this stage as well. I don't know, it's a little maze-like, a little bit difficult to find your way.
Unfortunately, he's also low on health.
Yeah.
So, and the game only checkpoints at bosses and the like. The issue with continuing, I think you have to stick with the character you've been given. So
I think you're right, yeah.
I would argue that this is the worst of the two characters to play. And I don't think there's any way to restore health until you make it to a boss. Alpha 5, even though he's been hit a bunch, has been doing a pretty good job on this boss.
Oh yeah. There is especially dodging the eyeballs.
Yeah, there is a chance he can beat it this round, but he has to just be really patient. And even though those orbs don't do a lot of damage, they are slowly building up damage on him. So being careless about that could be a difference between winning and losing. Oh, that's really bad.
Ooh, yeah, that lightning hit, not good.
Yeah, and the problem is it's random. Like, you'll sometimes not get the lightning, and other times you'll get it like 3 or 4 times in a row, and there's no consistency to it.
Yeah. Sprint God just getting through this maze section. Honestly, I think that if Sprint God makes it to the boss, it might not matter too much which character he has. Yeah, it takes, like, you have to have a little bit more health, or be a little bit more careful conserving health, but at the same time, your hitbox is a little bit smaller. I don't know.
I do think the robot is better overall. I do think Alpha 5 has gotten a bunch of hits on the boss, but he's basically like a couple of hits away from death, possibly one lightning strike away from death, so he has to be really careful.
Yeah. If there's lightning, the orbs.
That damage from the orbs is not helping, so it's probably like 1 hit away from death now.
Oh, jeez. So many orb hits.
Okay.
Okay, lightning time. No lightning.
Dodge them all. No! Oh, how is he not dead?
Wow. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That was... Oh, what a hard boss. Seriously,
yeah,
it's
I know.
Ludicrous.
Like I said, this boss is the great equalizer. Oh yeah, Almatia. Like I said, there's a guy who did individual level speedruns on YouTube, and like I just like kind of skimmed through the video. The boss was about 5 minutes in a speedrun. My Sprint God playing very carefully because he knows that he's near death. So you get this kind of generic techno music going on for, well, you're going to get it for at least 5 more minutes. And we'll have to see what Alpha 5 does. I do think he can do it this attempt. I think he's learned enough that he can, like, if not beat it, he will get close.
I think so, yeah. Honestly, probably 3 attempts would be a decent number of attempts in order to get through this boss. Anything less, and he's opening the chance that Spring God can catch up and maybe even pass him. So I'd say this attempt shouldn't feel too bad about it, just because this boss is absolutely a jerk. Oh,
yeah.
the lightning!
I will say,
that is rough.
I will say this. Sprint God might have a harder time because he can't take as many hits against the boss, and the boss does a fair amount of damage.
Yeah, I honestly, taking a lightning strike that early, I might even consider just dying real quick in order to start over. But I don't know, maybe it's not as big of a deal as my brain's making it out to be.
Yeah. Alpha 5 is doing pretty well so far. Not taking too many hits. He still hasn't really learned that you want to go all the way from the right to the left when the orbs are about to strike, and then just kind of sneak in hits in between the orb strikes. But I found that was the most reliable way to get not only a bunch of hits in, but also deal some damage.
There we go, dodging some lightning there. Good.
Yeah, see, the problem with that approach is that you can get boomeranged on the orbs. And even though that doesn't seem like a big deal getting hit once, like, this boss is so long that, like, any hit you take is a big deal.
Yeah, you want to avoid all damage. From the little orbs, you're probably not going to dodge all of them. You just really need to make sure, do not take lightning hits, and do not get touched by the orbs, because they will, or the eyeballs. The eyeballs touch you, they shock you, and it deals a hefty amount of damage. It looks like Alpha 5 is trying to use pause strats, and I'm not sure it's paying off.
I mean, the pause is pretty much instantaneous and stuff, but I'm not sure if it helps a whole lot here. Like, it's kind of like, it's more dependent on positioning rather than your reflexes.
Yeah.
Savannah Close, who had the misfortune of Tasmania, saying, looking at this game, I feel fairly lucky with the ones I've gotten.
Yeah, like, this game would really frustrate me. I'm not really into, like, how do I describe this specific genre? Like, cyberpunk action games don't interest me nearly as much. Like, there are some concepts in this game that are fascinating, but this takes a little while to get through.
Yeah, like, the game's length is just so artificially inflated thanks to how bullet spongy the bosses are. Like, the third boss is not as bad in that respect because you can constantly hit the boss, but, like, it still takes a ton of hits.
Yeah.
I mean, Alpha 5 is doing pretty well. Unfortunately, he's a little low in health, as you can see from the slight pink coloration on him. But we'll see. Oh, no, this is looking a little more grim now. I think he has about 2 more hits left on him. Yes, this was a boss in the gauntlet. No one even came close to beating it.
Yeah, I think I've beaten this boss, like, while testing the state for that gauntlet. It took a while.
Yeah. It was basically a trap state. Like, I'm not even good at denying.
I feel like this may have been in the 2-hour gauntlet. I can't recall exactly, though.
No, I think it was the Ku5ogrande gauntlet. I do remember that. I don't think it was actually the 2-hour gauntlet.
Like, it would be appropriate for a 2-hour gauntlet because the guy takes so long.
Yeah. Okay. Alpha 5 is pretty close to killing the boss, I would say, but also really close to dying. I don't know exactly how many hits he has left, but he probably has about, like, 5-ish? Maybe? It's really hard to tell.
Jeez. Well, yeah, it's just guessing at this point. Like, there's no way to visibly tell unless you've been tracking every single shot and how much every single one does in damage and Yeah, we've got guesstimates. Don't get hit. That's my guesstimate.
Exactly. That's the guesstimate. Don't get hit. Sprint God's actually getting pretty close to the end of the stage. Oh no! Oh, that is just so unfortunate. Yeah, so if Sprint God gets a better handle on the boss, even though he's probably using what Or's character for it, he could either overtake or at least catch up to Alpha 5. So the grenade strategy technically isn't bad, but he's taking shots from the orbs, which isn't like the main source of damage from the boss, but
still.
Or maybe he just wants to suicide so he can get the grenade launcher back.
It may be, yeah, that may be worth it. Honestly, experimenting with different strategies is not a bad thing at all.
Yeah. When I was testing this game a couple of days ago, I did actually use the pistol to take out this boss. I do think it's the best way to take out this boss because it's low recovery.
Oh no, Sprint God! That is a death.
Oh, that's really bad.
Level again?
Yes.
No! Why, Mike?
Yes. Because Appleseed.
Just no.
Yeah, so Alpha 5 taking the purposeful death. Yeah, so I think Alpha 5 made it to this boss at least like 15 minutes ago. And
yeah, that sounds about right.
It's just like, yep, this is how the boss works. Like, he's not doing anything wrong per se, except getting hit on occasion. It's just like, you can't even afford that getting hit on occasion on this boss because it's so long.
Zap! Yeah.
I think Sprint God will make it to the boss this time. He made a lot of progress through the level, and he has a better idea of what to do. And what really messed him up the last time was fighting that robot, then retreating, and then fighting it again, which caused him to take a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think, honestly, I think Alpha 5 was just trying to die as quickly as possible to get back the weapon that he feels most comfortable with. I mean, if you can get a weapon that feels good for you, then that's probably more important than it being the best weapon.
Yeah, so Ku5, he's kind of getting a more consistent strategy. You basically want to be as far to the right as possible, and then slowly walk left, and then like get off a shot. So you're not only dodging the orbs, but you're also getting shots in.
Yep.
You can get in about like 5 hits per cycle doing that. So it's only 8 to 10 cycles because you just lose count of, you know, how many times you hit the boss after like, you know, 30 or so hits.
Okay, yeah, I think Alpha 5 was making a good attempt there at, you know, figuring out something that would work more reliably.
Yeah, he is starting to get something that's more reliable, which is good. He does that, and as long as he just keeps this up, stays patient.
No!
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to be aware of the lightning strike. So you can't just start on the right. You have to start on the left and just kind of, like, when you see the lightning, just start walking to the right.
Yep.
And then head back to the left a bit so that you're not like cornered to the right, I guess. But you just make sure whenever you see the lightning, you're always walking. Yeah. Because if it's the orbs rising, you still have enough time to walk to the right and then, you know, do the bait pattern. If it's the lightning, then you've dodged it.
There we go. So, that was the right way to do it. Basically,
yeah, the lightning's super fast.
Juke.
It's really cheap.
Pull out your jukes. Yeah.
Yeah, Cam Lone Mousewolf brings up a good point that a lot of like great cyberpunk stories are more like thinky and intellectual. Like a lot of them deal with like,
Yep.
well, the consequences of what we've done as humanity, yeah, unfortunately, Sprint God's taking a lot of damage from this robot.
Okay, the robot's dead.
Okay. He's a little low in health, but if he's careful, he can make it through the stage.
Yeah, the thing is, like, even though Sprint God hasn't even seen the boss that Alpha 5's on, if he manages to figure it out relatively quickly, that could be
a chance.
Huge comeback.
Yeah, because like Alpha 5 has already taken at least 20 minutes on this boss, and it's going to take him at least like 3 or 4 more just to kill the boss, and that's assuming he gets it this attempt. I do think it is likely he will get it this attempt because it seems like he has a good pattern for taking out the boss.
He's been avoiding a lot of the hard hits, yeah.
Yeah. Getting hit by the orbs is not great, but they don't do that much damage, so as long as he's not getting hit by too many of them, it's really not that bad.
Yeah, it's like somebody throwing Nerf balls at you. Yeah, like, if you get hit a million times, you're probably not going to have a good time, but, just like 100, you'll probably still live.
Yep.
Just saying, yeah. And if somebody has a million Nerf balls, you probably shouldn't be messing with them. That's sort of my opinion. Why are you even killing this thing? What even is it?
I don't know. So the cutscenes in this game are actually quite long. It's all in Japanese text. So if you want to read the lore, feel free to. But it's all in Japanese.
There we go.
But I do remember reading a bit of the end text, and it's basically like there's this big machine that's basically trying to turn. That's so powerful that it can, basically annihilate the world, and it wants to turn everything into basically nothingness. So yeah.
This boss is so bad. Well,
it is so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Ku5ogrande, bro, Sencha. And this is, the bracket stage.
Yeah,
I can't,
how could you give a bad video game, Mike?
I know, right? I should have given them a softball like Tasmania. Yeah. Alpha 5 is making really good progress on the boss right now.
Yeah, Alpha 5 has been careful enough that a few of the nasty hits will be fine. It's just, don't get too careless, because when you start feeling like it's almost the end, you can sometimes make mistakes that will just obliterate you. Sprint God, be careful.
Oh, Sprint God, you are very close to death.
I love that. Go down and immediately back up like, nope, not dealing with this crap.
Yeah. There is something unfortunate about what Sprint God did. It did respawn all the enemies on the top floor.
Oh, no. Well, that's not great.
Okay. Alpha 5 did the strat. The problem is he's doing well, but he's also a little low in health.
Yeah, and you can see a tiny bit of glow.
Yeah, so he's not in emergency status, but like he just has to really play clean.
6 lightnings. Yeah, you gotta watch out for all the lightning that comes out. Oh my gosh. No! Only getting 1 hit off that round. That is frustrating.
Yeah.
But that's how this game goes. It's Appleseed for y'all.
Yeah, glitch. When I threw this in a Ku5ogrande, this is basically a trap state. When I threw it in a gauntlet. Okay. Alpha 5. Okay. I mean, he might be in the last loop. He might not be. It's the problem. So he's doing a good job dodging. The problem is he's not getting many hits in.
Yeah. Sprint God is trying to figure out where to go because there is a door blocking the exit that apparently hasn't flipped the switch for it. Could it be this one right there? Bam. Maybe?
Yeah, the game's just very maze-like, so you have to really memorize. Oh no, you respawned everything. That's bad. Oh no!
Ah, Sprint God. Like, oh, and Alpha 5 is through the boss. I think that is probably going to put Alpha 5 in the victory today.
Yes, that probably puts in that victory. Alpha 5 says this is the greatest day of my life right now.
Oh my gosh.
So you would think, after level 2, they might go easier on you. Kind of. So this stage isn't hard, but it's full of trolley pits like this one. And you see those little sewer grates? Some of them are fake, so you just end up falling into them. You won't die, but you'll lose progress. And the only way you can beat this stage is by jumping through a fake wall.
Are you serious?
Yes, I am 100% serious. You have to jump through a fake wall to beat this stage. And the only way you can determine that you need to jump in that spot is that there's a key card in the floor below, and the only way that you could possibly jump through the fake wall is jump to that spot is by jumping over a pit that's covered by this fake wall. Wow. And then just thinking that you might go far enough to the right to collect it.
Okay, so we probably won't see this level beaten. That's good.
It could be beaten. What's very funny is that if Alpha 5 beats this level, stage 4 is actually pretty short. It's mostly an auto-scroller.
Yeah, this definitely sounds a lot like a Genesis-style game emulated on...
Will Alpha 5 go to the right? So there's no fall damage in this game, but there is fall dying, like this.
What? What? Okay, that was beautiful. I'm amazed.
Yep, it's pretty great.
Despite the water, it was just constant acceleration the whole time.
Yeah. That can also happen in the final stage. There's actually only 5 stages in this game. Just the stages are so painful. Oh, I think I know what Sprint's trying to do. I think he flipped the switch, and then he's just going to try to run away. I don't think you actually have to fight this robot. So that's actually a pretty smart strategy.
I mean, as long as the robot doesn't kill you, yeah. I guess Sprint
the robot
wants to keep fighting it. Okay.
Okay, he has a good strat.
Not a bad position. The homing shots actually hit the wall if you jump right, so yeah, not a bad strategy. Just this robot's dumb. Doesn't even have eyes. What a dumb robot.
Okay. So that is good because most of the damage that Sprint God has been taking is from that robot. And the fact that he hasn't visibly turned pink means that...
This is better than previous attempts. Yes.
Yes. Oh wow, Alpha 5's going to a room I'm not aware of.
Well, Mike, I mean, did you really go and explore every single place in this game when you played it?
I mean, with how maze-like this game is, I felt like I did. It's not non-linear, it's just the levels are so big and maze-like. It's really hard to determine where you are. So the main point of progress in stage 3 is whether Alpha 5 collects this key card or not.
Yeah, which I don't think we'll need to keep that into consideration, but it's always worth knowing.
Yeah. And I mean, even if he doesn't, and Sprint God somehow makes it to stage 3, he still has explored more of stage 3, so I would give,
Oh yeah.
in all likelihood. But you know what? Maybe Sprint God will I can't say quickly get through the second boss because that's not possible. maybe he'll take less attacks.
Miracles can happen. We've seen big comebacks, big unexpected comebacks for players. I'd say that it's doubtful right now. I'd be doing that one meme, the LA Noir meme, doubtful, but it could happen.
Yeah. You're welcome, Glitch Witch. Yes, this is probably worse than Sea Contraventure, and Alpha 5 just fell through one of those fake grates.
Very nice.
Yeah. I'll show you where the fake wall is, but I think by falling through that fake grate, he missed it.
Well.
Oh no, is the fake wall there? Can't remember. I think that was actually the fake wall.
Are you
there,
serious?
Where the jellyfish is.
Fake wall?
It just runs like a feeder wall. Yeah, because there's a pit right at the end, so you just think you fall down, but no. And the only clue there is, and this will be shown once Alpha 5 falls down one more time, is that key card right there that he needs to collect. And so you're given some sort of indication that you need to fall down there. And that's the only clue that you have that you need to, that's somewhere where you need to jump and get and access.
Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. I'm stuck in a stretch, Mike. I don't think I can stop stretching.
It's fair. You're just experiencing maximum Appleseed.
Well, also I got food, so I don't know. You got to stretch before eating. Oh, there's the card up above Alpha 5.
Yeah, but as I said, you have to go. Oh, that's a pit. I didn't know that.
Oh, that was a death pit.
Yes, there are death pits in this game. They're few and far between. Most of them in the final stage, but yep, they exist.
Well, okay, this game is bad.
Yeah, it's really bad.
Like, the levels are too long, and even though you have a lot of health, considering that there are no health pickups as far as I can tell,
there aren't any.
This is brutal. It's a brutal game. And
yeah,
death is so punishing.
And here's the most messed up part. One of the reasons why I was confident, if the players could actually reliably make it to stage 5, which I knew that there was a 1% chance of that happening because of how stupid the stage 2 boss is and the stage 3 fake wall, it would actually be really hard to track this game because the final stage is an elevator maze.
No, Mike. No. Oh, the only thing that's worse than a door maze is an elevator maze. Seriously, I hate them. I don't know why I feel so strong. It's probably because when I was a kid, playing on the Game Gear, specifically the Star Wars game that was out on it, yeah, it was not good. There's a whole level that's an elevator maze, and how much time I spent lost in that, it was bad. It was so bad.
Yeah, so there's one unfortunate thing. Sprint God is really close to dying and possibly almost died there.
Oh no. There's the card.
He does have the key card, which I think means he's at the end of the level.
Oh, I hope so. Sprint God, just be careful. Yeah,
I hope he makes it. I hope he makes it to the boss. That's all I want.
Seriously, it looks like the character in this game is carrying a camcorder rather than a gun. Yeah, he's definitely just filming a documentary. Hey, he could be a vlogger. See, they had vloggers in the future. This. Very nice kills there. Nothing over there. Okay. Oh, the alien door maze is definitely the best that we've had.
Oh, Sprint God, that's close. That's
Very nice
close.
Dodges. Oh, there.
Okay.
There.
Sprint God's at the boss.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Sprint God has to kill the boss in less than 10 minutes, which
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either.
I mean, Sprint God is doing, I think, a good strat, which is just charging in and trying to deal any damage. whatsoever. And the eyeballs are dying, which is good.
They are, even though it's not direct hits.
Nope, don't jump on the boss. Boss doesn't like it. There we go.
Unfortunately, Dunan, the girl, cannot take nearly as many hits as I'm not even going to try to say his name.
Heckman.
Heckman,
Yeah,
exactly.
he's the new Mega
Heckman.
Man Robot Master, Heckman.
Hecaton Kalis. Okay, yeah, there you go. Or Hecaton Kairos, yeah.
I mean, I guess Briareos. Briareos.
Briareos.
Look, okay, Greek names aren't real, just so everybody knows. So we just use
just
what
denying
names.
an entire country. So what Sprint God's doing is kind of working. Unfortunately, he's still getting hit by an occasional orb here and there, so I don't think it's a sustainable strategy. And he got lightning shocked.
Honestly, though, I think Sprint God is really using the right strat for the first time encountering this boss, which is just try to destroy it as quickly as possible. And you know, you're going to learn the basic mechanics of how the game or how the boss works if you just try to kill it. So. Yeah, I'd say this learning round is going completely fine. Now, Sprint God did die, and definitely is aware that tanking damage is not going to do it. Ooh, there's a high jump.
Yes, there is a high jump.
Okay, Sprint God is using it for the first time, I think. Or maybe not the first time.
You
first
actually
time in this
have...
fight.
You have to high jump to make progress in this game, so I doubt it's the first time he's used it.
Okay.
Okay, it's not a bad strat, actually. That might actually be the best strat to kill this boss.
Interesting that I thought you could only damage it while the eyes weren't around it, but you can jump up while the eyes are speeding up or slowing down. You can jump up and do an angled shot to hit it.
Yeah, it's just the electric field that... So he's getting a lot more damage, but he's also taking a ton of damage, which is the issue.
But it still could work out. Honestly, I don't think Sprint God is going to get it this turn, but because this specific attempt is going to go a lot faster, that means that he has a good chance of maybe on the third attempt learning a little bit more how to dodge and getting through that way.
Yeah. Alpha 5 just bombing everything, which is not a bad strat to try. But really, he just has to jump through the fake wall.
Seriously, if it comes down to that wall, I'm gonna die. Like, I'll just flat out. We'll have a lovely funeral, okay? Y'all can, like, say all of your favorite memories of how I tortured you. And please, also, if a lawyer shows up, just say they're not allowed in. Talking about you, Jeff.
Wow, the Jeff hatred is real. So I'm gonna say this: Sprint God successfully dodged all of the orbs. The problem is there's not much time left, and even with a really good boss fight, it's still gonna take him at least 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know. Technically, there is a chance, and that's all that we have to hold on to. The chance.
Yeah.
And if the IRS shows up at the funeral, that's when, you get out of there, okay? The IRS shows up, just run. They're not invited to the funeral, okay? Yeah, I'm worried about Spring God. Already a lot of damage to the character there, and not too many good rounds against the boss yet. Like, still managing to get a lot of shots off.
Yeah.
Despite everything. Yeah. Oh, the IRS, they're like vampires. If you don't invite them into the house, they can't come in. Good to know.
Alright. Okay, Alpha 5, here's a fake wall. Will you make the leap of faith?
Leap of faith, Alpha 5. Oh, Spring God got 2 lightnings and died. I think that's pretty much it.
He almost made the jump, but
oh, no!
He had the right idea, but he didn't make the jump.
This game is so bad.
It's really bad. Yeah, it just looks so weird because, like, you kind of just pass through the wall, and then you're basically in that black space that you see. Oh, and also, if you jump at any point before getting the key card, you're ejected out of there and you have to redo the whole sequence again.
Yeah.
Because good game.
Good games, yeah.
Yeah, you can't just touch the wall.
Here.
You have to pass it, Virlex.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm just actually on the side working on getting a few things set up so that we can have the final game of today ready. One person is getting eliminated from each of the matches today. At this point, it's very likely that Spring God is going to get eliminated unless, well, I don't know if there's even a chance at this point. But that's how it goes. You live by the Ku5, you die by the Ku5. Please don't let people know how you die. That's gross, okay? Offensively gross. Okay. Alpha 5 is just wandering around in this maze forever and is struggling to figure out what to do or where to go, and I really can't blame Alpha 5. But still, managing to make it this far is a really good showing of how good Meta Knight, or not Meta Knight, what am I talking about? Alpha 5. No. Alpha 5 getting this far in a match is really impressive.
And Sprint God too, just getting this far in the bracket is really impressive. I mean,
I'd say even like getting this boss, I think we were predicting it could be the wall.
Alpha 5 can maybe. No. Oh, you can't jump into it from the left. Oh, that's so mean.
What a good game.
I know, right? But yeah, no, you have to jump through that fake wall as far as I know. There's actually some other way to do it. There's a way to trigger the water flooding through the area, but I don't exactly know how it works. The speedrun does it.
Is that good?
Yeah, like, so the speedrun completes the stage in about 5 minutes.
Okay. Still a little bit long, but yeah,
but I mean,
long as it could be.
Exactly. I mean, for reference, stage 2 in the speedrun was about 12.5 minutes, and 5 minutes of that was the boss.
Yeah! Oh, Alpha 5, the keycard's to the right!
He knows that.
Throwing grenades in order to... Oh, no! Oh, but can you do the high jump to get back in there?
No. High jump doesn't go high enough.
Well... This is such a fair video game.
Yep. I mean, I will say this. I did think there was actually a pretty high probability of both players just being stuck in the second boss, and we basically just have to judge it on who got there first. So that didn't happen, at least.
Yeah, I'm glad, because I would have I would have yelled at you, Mike. I've been like, why? Oh, we are so close to the end of this match, everybody. 1.5 minutes left. It's locked. Alpha 5 takes the victory today. But let's go ahead and see what Sprint God can do against the boss. Will Sprint God be able to kill it? Alpha 5 is just typing in Discord right now. Yeah, I don't get this jump. I know it's terrible, but I sure don't get it. That's because you're jumping in the wrong place. You're supposed to jump through a wall, not through the sewer. Oh, there goes Alpha 5.
I mean, there's less than a minute left in this match, so I don't blame him. Dude, he's going to be really mad once I tell him the solution.
Doing a quick refresh for Sprint God. It looked like the stream paused, but it's looking lovely right now. 40 seconds left. Alpha 5 did go and die. I don't think there's time to get back to the key card, but big deal. Honestly, I feel like everything in this game is made just to make you angry. I'm not sure how they managed to do that with this game, but they did.
Yep, they did a really good job of it.
Yeah, I mean, depends on your definition of good. And there we go. That is time. I almost got it right, but that's okay. I managed to get it right on the money yesterday. Time, everybody. Appleseed is done. You can celebrate because no more apples today. Actually, I guess I can't guarantee that. There might be apples. Oh, Alpha 5 easily takes the victory here. Was in the lead for a long time, and just managing to get through the second boss made a huge difference.
Yeah, I think what really helped Alpha 5 was just collecting that key card by accident.
Which key card? Oh yeah, right at the beginning of the game. Hello there, Alpha 5. Yeah. Welcome.
Hey. How's it going? How do I make this? Like, I just don't understand this.
Okay, so you know that pit with the wall and the jellyfish there?
Yeah.
You had the right idea, but you messed up that jump. You had to jump a little farther, and then you would have fallen into the black space.
I fell into the black space on the left side, but for some reason holding right doesn't work there, only left.
Yeah, no. You see, you were doing it from the wrong location. You have to approach it from the right by jumping over that by jumping past that fake wall. You almost jumped past the fake wall, but didn't quite jump past the fake wall. So
okay, yeah, I didn't have enough time to like remake that and make any more progress. Like that's kind of what I thought it was, or I also thought maybe I had to go down into that pit on the left where there was a button that didn't make a sound.
No, that's just a red herring. That button does nothing.
Okay.
Hello. Yeah, so Alpha 5, I'm going to say one thing that put you in the lead early, and I'm not even sure you recognize this. You collected the key card really early, and I'm not sure if you even realized you did that.
I realized I picked something up, but I didn't mean to pick it up. I walked over there and
I didn't even recognize it as an item. It's like it just blends into the screen.
That's why I told you about jumping acting like an action or trigger button, because otherwise you two could have been stuck for way longer for very stupid reasons.
Oh my gosh, it's dumb.
Also why does Boss 2 have 30 minutes of health bar?
Because so it's Sprint God. So you're probably wondering how many hits the boss takes. It takes roughly around 40 to 50 hits. It's really that bad.
It's bad.
Wow.
Yeah. So honestly,
was that what I noticed that? I noticed that Alpha 5 said, "This is the greatest day of my life."
That was when I killed it.
Yeah, I thought so.
Alpha 5, yeah, that boss was really difficult. What was the hardest part to figure out for how to deal with it?
It really wasn't so much as how to deal with it. It was just the fact that my thumb was hurting because I had to constantly switch between crouch shots and high jumps. And so I was doing a lot of movements and whatever and trying to get a decent rhythm, but I would try to pre-jump things, and it was a weird fight. Just for
there is something that's kind of unintuitive about the fight. I think the pistol is actually the best weapon for that.
I wasn't sure, and I didn't know how to check because it had too much health, but I had this thought in my head, maybe I have to kill it with the pistol. It's the main weapon.
It's a good way to take out the orbs, and it's also, you can get more hits in with the pistol. Even though it does less damage, you can generally get more hits with the pistol.
Yeah.
All while still heading left and then, crouch firing and stuff.
Yeah, well, the rocket launcher, if I was on point with it, I would just wipe the orbs. I had no problem with that if I hit every shot, but it's probably a lot harder to do that for a
But yeah. Also, Sprint, you are playing the girl who has less health, which is a bit problematic in some areas, including that boss.
I mean, it's still doable, but considering that you have a smaller hitbox, there are advantages and disadvantages. Mike was pretty adamant that the robot dude is much better. But
I still think the girl is not as bad as people think she is.
I went with the other character,
and she has an easier time hitting the soldiers because
that's the reason I went with her, because I noticed that with the tall dudes, you can't really hit the crouching soldiers.
Yeah,
because even his crouch goes over their heads.
Yeah. He's a little bit frustrating in certain ways. Still, I think that going with the girl was fine. We had that as a state for the gauntlet, the second boss one time. Needless to say, nobody beat that state.
I don't think anybody would beat that in a 50-minute time span.
Yeah. Oh, well, Sprint God, you had a really good run at this tournament. Unfortunately, you are eliminated. I'm sad about that, but at the same time, you will be getting some prizes, so hit me up. I believe for this round, it's up to $20 out of games on Steam, as well as the movie Santa and the Ice Cream Bunny, complete with Riff Tracks commentary. So hit me up for any of that. We do need words for your tombstone, though, so do you have any last words?
Oh, putting me on the spot now. I haven't thought of anything in advance.
That's okay. Anything at all.
I hate you, Mike.
Those are good final words.
Done my job.
Honestly, yeah. Actually, Spring God, where would you put this game from a 1 to 10? How much? How? 1 being the worst game ever, 10 being the best game ever. Where does it fit for you?
Like a 5.
Oh, okay. Medium, Alpha 5.
I've played a lot worse.
I've played a lot worse. Yeah, I'd say probably a 4 or a 5. It wasn't terrible in controlling, but there were just some things about it that were terrible. This game would benefit greatly from any sort of HUD whatsoever.
Yeah.
As one person in the chat mentioned, there's just about 10 or 15% of space up top that could easily fit a HUD. They just didn't.
It didn't even have to be that complicated. I kept using guns because I wasn't sure if there was other stuff to shoot or something. I don't know.
Oh, the other thing is, what's really weird is that stage 4 is very short. It takes maybe a couple of minutes. And then the final stage 5, is an elevator maze.
That's amazing. I love it.
Oh, yeah, it is. I'm so glad I hate elevator mazes so much. I hate door mazes, but I think elevator mazes are dumber.
Well, it had doors as well, so.
Oh yeah, we definitely had some of that.
They got double doors. Oh, okay. That's so stupid. That's so stupid.
What did you do?
I jumped over the wall there is fake.
Yeah, there are fake walls.
The fake wall. The fake wall. The fake wall. You jumped over it.
And it's required. You have to jump through the fake wall. With no indication.
Well, never mind fake walls. I was having a hard time seeing what was a wall and what wasn't in
Yeah,
On
In
stage
stage
two.
2, I figured it out. If it had 5 bars, it was a real wall, and if it didn't, you walk through it. Unless it had damage on it, in which case, that's real. Uh-oh, I fell. That's bad.
Well, I think that is about all that we have for you two. Thank you so much. Sprint God, I'm really glad that you joined this year. Hopefully we can see you back in the future. But for now, get some rest and try not to play any more Appleseed.
Well, I'll try, but I might end up accidentally just loading it up and finishing it and what have you, so I don't know.
I said don't! I said don't! Oh my god!
I will say this. There's actually someone on YouTube who did individual level speedruns. And level 2 is 12.5 minutes, and about 5 minutes of that is the boss.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah!
Why? Why is that
Not
boss
unexpected.
forever?
All right, we're going to move on to the next match. Thank you both, Maikuyama. Thank you so much for the game as well. Take care and have a great Sunday.
Take care.
Bye.
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 Well, everybody, this is Ku5ogrande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. We are moving on to our final match. Big shout out to everybody who has subscribed. Some egrets. I see your name popped up there. I usually don't have time during matches to acknowledge everybody, but it's highly appreciated considering that we're giving away over $2,000 worth of prizes, and frankly, it helps to be able to eat burritos, so burritos rock. Let's go ahead and run to a quick little ad, and then the final match of the day. A rematch from yesterday, Laurasia versus Meta Knight.